Hello, my name is Vasko Gareski from Gamma Solutions, and today I will be instructing the user on how to change labels on an Intermec PM4i label printer. To begin with, I'd like to describe the various components in the printer that the user can adjust, modify and change to fit labels. To begin with, we have on the right here the label hub assembly. Basically, the labels sit here and feed the media through the printer. Along the paper path, we'll find the next component, which is the label tensioning assembly. What this does is keeps the label nice and tight before it enters the print mechanism at this point here. And at this point here, we have what's known as the paper guides. They basically ensure the paper gets through the whole mechanism nice and straight without going through any other components and causing any problems. At which point they will then go through the print head, which can be opened and closed by the action of this lever. Once the label is fed through, it then passes along a tear bar. Basically that ensures that when the label is printed, you can simply tear the label off and keep printing. In addition to that, we also have these two hubs here, spindles. This one provides ribbon to the printer should a label that requires thermal transfer printing be needed. The ribbon is routed through the print mechanism around this particular point and not with the label here. This ensures that the label and the ribbon come into contact properly at this point here, as opposed to jamming up and causing problems with the printing at this point here. Once the label has been used, it gets routed along this tension bar for the ribbon and then onto the take-up reel here. Now, the process to change or fit a roll of labels is as follows. Initially, you will obviously have the print head locked down. With the lever, unlock it as such. A roll of labels is then fitted onto the label supply hub, making sure that this green mechanism lever is fitted in place to stop the label roll moving fore and aft like this. It is then routed underneath the tension bar, through in between the paper guides as such, and then in between the print head and the tear bar and platen roller. Ensure that there is enough label to lock the print head down, and that's it. You have fitted a fresh roll of labels to the printer. Should the labels require ribbon for durable printing, the procedure is as follows. The label can be left in place as it is. The print head will then need to be unlocked and lifted as such. We now have a roll of ribbon. The process begins by loading the supply of ribbons to the right-hand spool spindle and making sure that the ribbon is threaded in between the paper guides and this tensioning bar here. It gets guided in gently like this, making sure that the ribbon is not torn, and ensuring that there are no kinks or other imperfections in the ribbon as it goes through. The take-up reel is taken up as such, fitted to the take-up reel, and any slack is then absorbed by turning the take-up reel like this. Once the tension is sufficient, the print head can be locked down and the printer is ready to be used to print labels.